Welcome to GAMEpoch, the show where I play through the history of games in the order of their release, starting with Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo. I'm MystikDan, and today I'm playing Lost Levels, the original Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Nintendo. And I am now officially halfway through the game. Probably not halfway through the difficulty curve, but halfway through the game, because I'm now in World 5, and there's probably 8 worlds. I understand that there are actually hidden worlds too, but I'm not going to bother with that. I would like to be able to show you guys, but I'm not at all experienced with this game to know how to find them. I think it would take several playthroughs, so it's not going to happen. Anyway, so I have discovered that there is a wind-blowing element in this game. It has manifested itself for the first time with this stage. Oh. Oh. And I can already imagine that that is going to come into play to really mess with me. Especially later on. Oh. Is that my last life? Yep. Boy, do I like these infinite continues. Could be more generous, but I am totally okay with this. It's not ideal. Oh my gosh. But I can deal. And even though it's been 24 hours for you and it's only been like 15 seconds for me, I can't remember what I was talking about. I have already forgotten. Go-y. Oh, so I was talking about how I have been, when I've been cutting corners on my recording nights recently, it has been happening with me cutting GAMEpoch nights rather than Epic Stream. And I've explained that part of that reason seems to be because it is, for a couple of reasons. One being that it's just easier for me to record and upload Epic Stream videos because I only have to hit the record button once, and whoa, I thought it was done. Apparently not. Oh! What's over here? Down to my last life already. 3 lives is not enough. It is not enough. And part of it also just being that I'm enjoying playing Dark Souls more at the moment. And as I've talked about before, I didn't used to like really difficult games like that at all, never mind specifically with Dark Souls and Demon Souls and all those. I have had some limited experience with them, and was not a fan of them. Am I just screwed? Okay, well that's hopeful. Funky! They definitely like to change things up. It's kind of cool though, like it's nice to see the classic Mario with interesting twists, but knowing they're in official capacity. Obviously this is well after Mario Maker's been out and exploding all over the internet and stuff. Still don't have that game. I would love it. My son would love to design levels in it, and I would love to play his levels. I wouldn't care to. I'm really not that kind of a creative mind. My creativity comes in the form of music and story writing and stuff like that. I'm not a particularly good writer because I'm not particularly good with words, which makes me sad. But I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but I've always felt like my ability to come up with good words, and good words that are the right words for any given circumstance, you know, has always been challenging for me in a way that makes me feel like when I try to come up with good words, they're really just lame. Oh, crap. I think that was it. They feel cliché, or, déjà entendu, or weak, or predictable, or, kind of elementary. Immature or something. That's just the way it always feels like that to me now, like when I'm actually trying to make words. Lyrics are the same way, and I've written many songs, and I'm much better with the music writing part of it than the lyrics writing parts. That said, I've written a couple of songs of lyrics that I'm actually very proud of, and many of those where I've done that I'm proud of them particularly were made up on the spot. Oh! Were made up on the spot. like I was just improvising them when I was just recording on top of my instrumentals and just coming up with something. Several of my songs were like that. And I was always very pleased with how well they turned out. Jeez, I cannot... This is so particular, I don't like how hard that placement is. So yeah, if you're interested, my old channel, I used to go under the moniker Mystic3EB, which is 3EEB is short for Third Eye Blind, which was my favorite alternative band. And not just alternative, my favorite band. They've been for a very long time, since I was a teenager. Excuse me. And, so that used to be that, and it was, I thought, it's kind of a dumb thing, because it's like all numbers-y and stuff, and everybody knows that that's just, like, not a good sign that you're, you know... I don't know. I wish that I had been able to represent my love for them, for Third Eye Blind, without having to use a, you know, number in the name. But even then, it's kind of like I did it with Blink-182 as well. I used to have one that was, I had 182 in my username, and I even felt that that was awkward. So I think that it's just awkward in general to do anything with numbers, but also anything that's like a reference to some other kind of entity that's not just you. And so I kind of regret that I had done that. Not that I regret showing my love for Third Eye Blind, because I love them. Freaking awesome. And their newest album came out last year, Dopamine, is dope. I really enjoyed that album, especially after the disappointment of Ursa Major. I really didn't care for that album. It had a couple of decent songs on there, like Sharp Knife was pretty good, Bonfire was alright. Whoa! But otherwise, I was really disappointed with it, and after waiting for so long after the amazing Out of the Vein album, their third album, it was just kind of like... I don't know, I felt like... disappointed, and... whoa. I'm missing something here. Oh! Gosh, come on! And, anyway. So, if you check on YouTube, my old YouTube channel, and it's still there, I'm just not sure I'm ever gonna really update it again, is Mystic3EB. And, I have a bunch of cover videos on there, cover songs that I've done. The recording quality on all of them is very shoddy. So, don't really... It's not like, don't get your hopes up. I'm no Kurt Hugo Schneider or Alex Good or Dave Days or something. It was always just like a really awful cheap webcam and a USB Samsung... Not Samsung, Samsung, like, Samsung? Something, like, something that's supposed to play off of their fame and not be their, you know, actually them. It's an okay, it's a $100 condenser mic, but it's a USB mic and it's really not very good. It was okay. When you run it through at a low enough, if you get your levels right before you run it through a preamp, and then you were able to get a decent preamp, I'm sure it could sound okay, but it wasn't until I started using this mic, which, if you're curious, is a Rode NT2000, and I've been very pleasantly surprised with how good it sounds. It's like a $600 or $700 microphone at the time when we got it 5-6 years ago, and it sounds like a couple $1,000 mics that I've used in the past, like the UV7 or whatever that was. Very great mic. Very pleased with it. Yeah, I didn't have a great mic when I was recording those. So, and I was recording my vocals and guitar at the same time in one place, which is not often going to work. And no, that means I do not have an acoustic that has a amplifier in it. I can't just plug in a cord to it and send that out to a speaker or something. I don't have that in my guitar. My guitar is a Martin D30. I think it was the last of its particular series before they, like, either killed it or refreshed it with an updated model or something. I can't remember, but it was... I used to work at a music store, and it's a solid body mahogany, which if you know anything about guitars, you'll know that while the back, I think it's the back, or the front, I think it's the front of the bottom part is usually made of mahogany. The back and the sides are usually something different. They're a cedar, or rosewood, I think is what they are. I was never very... I was good at remembering those details while I was at the job and selling guitars, but I was never really one to care about a lot of that stuff, like, on my own. So, I've had a hard time just remembering that stuff by myself. So, I apologize if I'm misremembering some things. This is cool that I have to go down a pipe in not the last level in order to progress. I like that. Oh! Tricky. Tricky! Wow, that is ridiculous. I mean, because the timing on these jumps is so tough. And the timing on the jumps where you've gotta bounce off of them with enough of a... where you have to jump again when you're hitting them to get an additional boost, has always been a very limited window of opportunity for you to correctly time the hitting of that button. Alright, well, this is exciting, but I'm gonna pause this and continue this in the next episode. So, thanks for checking out GamePoch. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is MystikDan signing out. Bye!